stand up, right? Because I'm scared, right? So it was so Jaden went first, right? Jaden wants to do everything first. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, my sons are gonna have this crazy experience. And then Jaden went out of the airplane. And I was like, Then my oldest son, Trey, goes up and he goes out of the airplane. And I was like, this could potentially be the worst display of African-American parenting in history. Right? I was like, both my sons just fell out of an airplane.
Jump.
Right? Jump. Right? Because I told them to. But again, the fear again. I was like, oh my God. So I told the dude, I was like, listen, I want to see them go out, but I also want to see them land. And he's like, no, it's cool. So this time we went out and we did the straight bullet, and I just went straight down past them. Right? I was like, and he's like, you good? Right, did the bullet straight past, pulled the chute late. Oh, sorry, this makes me spit. I'm sorry. Pulled the chute late, landed, and then videoed them coming down. But it was like, they had the same thing, the same experience with the fear. But that I'm telling you, the confrontation with fear is an absolute magical way of facing the things we have to do in this life. You know, forget security, live for experience.
All right. Now, you say you learned that 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Amazing. What about these small things that we get afraid about, right? So you are the funny guy, and you come along and everybody expects to be entertained in summertime, right? Like, are you ever afraid that you're like, you know what, today I'm really not feeling Jazzy Jeff. Like, I'm just, I don't want to be that guy today. So this whole movie, you were not that guy.
Not that guy, right, yeah.
Do you have fear of that, of like disappointing people? Because like, you're supposed to be funny and cool.
Yeah, you know, the thing, that's been one of the major confronts for me in my life over the past 3 or 4 years. Like, Will Smith is an idea. Right? So there's parts of that that's me, but that character from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was who I was 26 years ago.
I love it. You see?
They love it, right? Exactly.
You people are this man's crack. Okay? He's talking about evolving, like moving on, and you're like, Fresh Prince! That's what we want to hear about!
You know, so but that's the thing, to be able to boldly be able to move and grow and create and hope that the things that I'm able to deliver at this point. You know, I was 20 doing the Fresh Prince. You know, so I'm 48 now. So it's a really different time in my life. Yeah, that got less of a cheer. Yeah, like woo.
They're like, tell us what that's like.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Yes, girls. Yes. But yeah, you know,
do you have a fear of being completely who you are? Because it may disappoint some people who just want to see that 28-year-olds.
Yeah. No, I definitely have difficulty with that. You know, there's a certain, when you've created things that are so iconic, it becomes healing for people. Nostalgia is healing. You know, to the Fresh Prince theme is healing to hear that, and it just harkens back to a time and a feeling and an energy, that is a beautiful way to help relieve some little touch of suffering, So when people see me or the Fresh Prince, and even during that time, the movies that I made while I was making the Fresh Prince, so it was the Fresh Prince during the winter. And then the summers were Bad Boys, Independence Day, Men in Black, so it was like, it really captured a time. So it's very difficult. I wouldn't have it any other way. I love being able to make people smile and cheer, over that. But I also am going to boldly go to new creation. Even something like the decision, I had the 2 screenplays in front of me for the Independence Day 2 and for Suicide Squad. So I had to choose between the two of those, and even the choice of going to Suicide Squad, nothing about the qualities of the movie, but the choice of trying to go forward versus clinging and clawing backwards, you know. So I do want to aggressively go forward and do new things and create and hopefully be able to stumble upon a new heyday.
Amazing. Now you have an incredible cast.
Oh God, yes.
In this movie. How does that happen too? Like, how do so many big stars decide, this? And then how does that work between you all?
You know, it's the ideas, the screenplay. Alan Loeb, the screenwriter, he just wrote a brilliant screenplay. Everyone related to the ideas of love, time, and death as powerful tools to try to put your life back on track. So everyone related to the journey. But it's, I mean, look at that group. That's like
it's ridiculous.
That's like a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, did your father get to see any of it?
No, he came to set once, but he didn't get to see the film.
And y'all were close?
Yeah, we were very close. Yeah. My father. When I put my life together and I look at my father, my mother, and grandmother were the most influential people in my life. And in my mind, when I draw it, I always draw a triangle. And my father was the base, and my mother was the left side, and my grandmother was the right side. And I always put discipline as the bottom. My father, hard work, discipline, endurance was really the foundation of creating my life. And my mother was education, and my grandmother was love. So, you know, the combination of that discipline, education, and love was a...
You know what, I'm really grateful for you sharing with us that part of you and also the struggle with his death, because the other thing is that we live in a time where people show these curated sides of them. Because I think of the same fear.
Yeah.
Right? You just want to be this piece.
Absolutely.
Not all the rest of it, but you struggle.
Nobody wants to hear all of that, you know. It's Facebook. Come on, let's have fun.
No.
Yeah.
So
dude, it's a bummer your dad's gone.
Nobody here speaks like that, right?
You're like, oh, come on, brother. It's a bummer your father's gone. No, but, you know, for me, laughing is the elixir, you know, and that was another thing that my father taught me. He was joking all the way up to the end. Like, laughing, you have to be able to laugh at everything. And for me, the beautiful part is that's my natural color on the spectrum. I naturally go to comedy, you know, and when I'm looking at something, I'm always trying to find why that's funny. And, you know, it's been really, really helpful in this experience and you know, even just this point in my life. Remember to laugh, and spend time with people that make you laugh. Like, that is hugely important.
Laugh and connect.
Yes, absolutely.
Those are good messages.
Yeah. I love this idea, you know, it's you know, a guy trying to put his life back together, and he just gets furious and rants and writes letters to love, time, and death. And then love, time, and death respond, you know. So it's you know, a really, that beautiful Christmas flavor was, you know, just a little touch outside of reality, you know. So you get to deal with real subjects and real topics and real loss, but because it touches just that New York Christmas just a little bit outside of the, you know, how excruciating it would be if you dealt with it, you know, straight, hard, rated R, loss, you know. So I just love going into that realm of the mystical, to be able to take a good look at you know, real human issues.
So you talk about real. I felt it was the most real I had seen you be.
Really?
Yeah, like I felt there was no filter there.
Yeah.
And I wondered, for somebody who could choose to do anything, was there something special that drove you to this?
Yeah, you know, when I first read it, you know, when I first read it, every once in a while you read a screenplay, and the most important thing in a movie, I guess, that, you know, the the two most important things that I look for is one is the universally relatable concept, right? So just at its core, when you first say it, when you say one line about it, can you connect to people? You know, and one of the best ones I've ever had, like something with like I Am Legend, the last man on earth. Yeah. Security, you'll keep an eye on this section right here. You know, but it's like when you just have that one thing, you know. And with this, it was a little bit heavier, but it was a guy trying to put his life back together after an extreme loss. Right, so people can relate to that. That's an extremely relatable idea. And then I flipped to the last 10 pages and the ending. It's like, this is a movie that has lots of twists and turns, but then even within the last 10 pages, there's still another surprise. When you can send people out of a movie theater with another surprise, and so, I mean, historically, there's been times I've sent people out of the movie theater, and the surprise in the last 10 minutes is that the movie wasn't good, right? So you want to avoid that surprise. You want to avoid that one, But with this one, it had such an interesting turn in the end of it. It was one of the most fun screenplays I've ever read.
Why are you doing movies at all still? Like, you're rich.
Yeah.
You could, as we say, cock up your foot and rock back.
Cock up my foot and rock back.
Yeah.
I love that.
Why,
that's just fantastic.
What is getting you out of bed to still go and do this thing?
I enjoy connecting with people and ideas, and I have a mission statement. So every year for probably the past 10 years, I've worked out a mission statement for myself. And for the last few years, the mission statement has stayed the same, and it's been improve lives, right? So when I go into something, I'm looking for how the quality of this piece could potentially improve lives. But it's all along the way. It's when you make the movie and how you're interacting with people in the process. And the concept of improving lives runs through the center of everything I do. And then I realized that the way to improve lives is to continually improve yourself, right? So with that, every morning when I get out of the bed, I haven't fixed everything in the world yet, so there's always something to do. And in this film, I read an interesting quote from the Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha. He said that good people have to get out of the bed every day and try to empty the ocean with a ladle, right? And I thought that was, I knew that was profound, and I paused for a second, and I said, all right, what the hell is a ladle, right? Right, so then, I touched it on my iPad, it's ladle. Oh, it's like a big spoon, okay.
As we
it's
say,
like a
Philly.
soup spoon, yeah. It's like a soup spoon. I was like, why do you use a soup spoon? So trying to empty the ocean with a soup spoon, as the mentality of how you wake up every day to try to do good in the world. So for me, I'm really driven by continually trying to elevate my mind and elevate my spirit and care for my body, and to be able to love as many people as effectively as possible with this mystery of life that I've been given.